Welcome back. I hope that you guys have had a great week. Does anybody remember what we've been talking about for the last few weeks? Do you remember? Heroes. We all have heroes. People that we look up to, people that we admire, people that we want to be like, people who have done amazing things and possess amazing qualities. Do you have someone you look up to? Besides my parents, I had a hero growing up named Bob. He has many of the qualities that we've talked about in our hero stories. He was a pastor in my church growing up, and he helped me learn more about Jesus and more about what it meant to follow Jesus as I was growing up. And he never made me feel bad, even when he knew I was making bad choices. Bob was loyal to me no matter what. Heroes need to be loyal. No one is going to put their confidence in someone who is not there for you. They're not somebody that's there 1 minute and gone the next, right? No one wants friends who run away when things get hard or things get difficult. We want to know that someone, our friend, is going to be loyal, that they're going to be with us through thick and thin. They're going to be our ride and die, no matter what. We're going to hear about loyalty and heroes in the Bible today. We're going to talk about someone named Naomi and Ruth. See, Naomi was an older woman who didn't have much. Her husband had died. Both of her sons had passed away. She had no money. She had no way to provide for herself. She had no power, no clout, no nothing. And she was in a very strange land. But Naomi did have one thing. She had the loyalty and the devotion of her daughter-in-law named Ruth. Did you know there's a whole book of the Bible about Ruth? Well, we're going to read Ruth 1, 8 through 22. So go grab your Bible and come back and look up Ruth. It's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth. And read it together. Are you ready? Let's go.
Then Naomi said to her 2 daughters-in-law, "Go back, each of you, to your mother's home. May the Lord show you kindness as you have shown kindness to your dead husbands and to me. May the Lord grant that each of you will find rest in the home of another husband." Then she kissed them goodbye, and they wept aloud, and said to her, "We will go back with you to your people." But Naomi said, Return home, my daughters. Why would you come with me? Am I going to have any more sons who could become your husbands? Return home, my daughters. I am too old to have another husband. If I thought there was still hope for me, even if I had a husband tonight, and then gave birth to sons, would you wait until they grew up? Would you remain unmarried for them? No, my daughters. It is more bitter for me than for you, because the Lord's hand has turned against me. At this, they wept aloud again. Then Orpah kissed her mother-in-law goodbye, but Ruth clung to her. "Look," said Naomi, "your sister-in-law is going back to her people and her gods. Go back with her." But Ruth replied, "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the God deal with me, be ever so severely, I even death separate you and me." When Naomi realized that Ruth was determined to go with her, she stopped urging her. So the 2 women went on until they came to Bethlehem. When they arrived in Bethlehem, the whole town was stirred because of them, and the women exclaimed, "Can this be Naomi?" "Don't call me Naomi," she said. "Call me Mara. Against because the Almighty has made my life very bitter. I went away full, but the Lord has brought me back empty. Why call me Naomi? The Lord has afflicted me. The Almighty has brought misfortune upon me. So Naomi returned from Moab, accompanied by Ruth the Moabite, her daughter-in-law, arriving in Bethlehem as the barley harvest was beginning.
No matter what Naomi did or how much she argued with Ruth, Ruth wasn't going anywhere. Even though Naomi had nothing, Ruth was completely loyal to Naomi. And as we read in the story of Ruth, when the two women returned to Israel, Ruth would go into the fields and she would pick up grain that had been left behind. It was this grain that Ruth was able to feed herself and Naomi, because Naomi was too old to do the work herself. There's no telling what would have happened to Naomi or how she would have survived if Ruth hadn't been loyal to her. Do any of you have a pet? We have a dog. Her name is Sadie. And she follows us around. It gets excited every time we come home if we've been gone. She just loves to lay at our feet or beside us and wants to be pet all the time. Sadie is loyal to us. We feed her, we take her on walks, we give her water, everything that she needs. She is loyal. Do you have a pet that maybe is loyal? That's what I thought of when I thought of how Ruth was taking care of Naomi. No matter what happened, Naomi was taken care of by Ruth. And eventually, Ruth married a man named Boaz. But even then, she stayed faithful to Naomi. You see, Ruth and Boaz, they treated Naomi as if she were their own mother. And when they had a son named Obed, Naomi held the baby in her arms and cared for it like it was her own grandchild. Naomi lived out her days happy and content. And she owed it all to Ruth and the loyalty that she had. Are you a loyal person? When things get tough, do you stick around and help, or do you hit the road and run? You have friends. And like every person on the planet, your friends are probably going through some hard times every once in a while. I've done it. You've done it. And they need you. They need me to be the kind of person, the kind of friend, the kind of hero that is determined to be there when the times are hard. Your friends need your support and loyalty. If you know someone is having a hard time, maybe they're having a hard time understanding math, you could offer to help them study. Unless you're bad at math, then maybe you could find somebody else to help. But maybe you have a friend who seems to be having a hard time at home. You could invite them to come over and hang out at your house. And if they wanted to talk about their problems, they could. If they need more help than you can give, you can promise to be with them every step of the way. That is what loyalty is. Being there every step of the way. When people see that we are loyal, they want to come be around us. People want to know that someone has their back and will never let them down. My best friends in life have always been loyal to me, and I have always been loyal to them. You know what? I consider myself lucky. I have 5, 6, 7 people who, if I called them right now, they would come help me no matter what, no questions asked. They would just drop everything. And one of those guys I've been best buds with since the 3rd grade. And when you're my age, the 3rd grade was a long time ago. And these friends, no matter what, have always been there, and I've always been there for them. We all want to be loyal people. And with God's help, we can be that kind of superhero. A loyal superhero. Just like Bob was for me, just like Ruth was for Naomi, just like my best bud from the 3rd grade. When we ask God for the strength and the courage to help us, He will help us be loyal. And He will put people around us that are loyal too. And you know what? The best thing is, God is always loyal to you and to me. If we follow Him, He has always got our back. Isn't it cool to know that God is always with us and He's always got our back no matter what? Just like kind of in the story when we mess up and somebody's got our back, our friends have our back, God is like that with us when we put our trust in Him. And if we follow Him and the examples of heroes like Ruth, we can be loyal. So this week, your challenge is to be loyal to your friends, to your family, to your moms, to your dads, whoever you are around. Make sure they know you got their back. Okay? I hope that you have a great week. And I want you to end today with us by singing a song together. So let's sing this song now. I will see you next week.
Staring into your eyes makes my heart come alive. Suddenly brought to life when I met you. Reaching beyond the skies, running deep, stretching wide. Perfect love realized here with you. Come on now. Now this love is for real. You will never let go, never let go. Oh, it's more than just words. Love beyond my control, out of control. Hands up. This is real love. This is real love. Say this is real love. This is real love. Oh. Come on and say, you're pulling me closer and closer, holding my heart till the very end. Jesus, I'm found in your freedom. Staring into your eyes makes my heart come alive. Suddenly brought to life when I met you.